Hello YouTube and welcome to another first impressions video. This time we will be talking about Alright, so you can't really summarize or give a good synopsis of this show without talking about characters, so let's just jump right into it. The main female lead, her name is Kim Hye-jin, and as a child she was really pretty, very popular, but now that she's grown up, she's in her 30s, her hair's gotten really frizzy and her complexion's quite bad. In general, she's just not really where she wanted to be at this stage in her life, and this is when her childhood crush and really close friend emails her from overseas. His name is Sung-joon, and he basically says, I'm coming back to Korea and I'd like to meet up again. Now, Sung-joon's character, when he was young, he was really chubby, and he had just gone through a hard time. His mom had just died, and he was really bullied. But just as Kim Hye-jin has changed in her outward appearance, so has Sung-joon. He's become this really tall, handsome guy. When the pair finally go to meet, it's in a low populated area, so there's not very many people around. And they're both on the phone with each other and they're trying to find each other. And that's when he walks right by her. He doesn't even see her. He goes right to another lady who's talking on the phone, who's quite pretty and probably matches what he would expect his Hye-jin as a child would look like now. Hye-jin is hurt by this, and all of her insecurities bubble to the top. Now enter the second female lead, Min-hari? No, not Harry. Min-hari. Min-hari is Hye-jin's best friend. They've been friends all their life. Being the best friend that she is, she agrees to pretend to be Hye-jin for this one last meeting. Essentially to keep the fantasy of a first love alive, but to say goodbye. Now, if you don't think that that's complicated and juicy enough, there's more. Hye-jin ends up getting a job at a company interning for Sung-joon. Now, keep in mind, Sung-joon doesn't think that Hye-jin is like his Hye-jin from the past, because he's thinking that that Hye-jin is actually the best friend, while Hari and Sung-joon kind of accidentally start seeing each other, still under the pretense that she's Hye-jin. I guess you could argue that there's a fourth kind of main character in this show, but within these first 3 episodes, he doesn't really have a lot to do, although he's really funny. Actually, this show in general has a lot more humor than I was expecting, and humor that lands too. I find personally that Korean comedies don't really work for me. I don't know if it's a translation issue or a cultural thing, but I find a lot of them not to be funny. But this show, I was genuinely laughing out loud. And even though the synopsis sounds really convoluted, it all flows really naturally. Now, I loved the friendship between Hye-jin and Hari. You feel the genuine love that they have for one another. And even within these first 3 episodes, it shows them supporting each other and standing up for one another. I mean, they call each other husband and wife for cuteness sake. If the weird love triangle square thing that's happening in the show ruins that friendship, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, so going into the show, I was worried it was gonna be shallow and not have any substance to it, but already the narrative is that appearances aren't everything. For instance, Hye-jin, who was really pretty and now not so much. She hasn't changed much in her personality. She's still very kind. She has a strong sense of what's right. Whereas Sung-joon, who was really chubby in his childhood and now has grown into this really attractive guy, he's a total arrogant asshole and a bully. I cannot wait for the moment that he he learns who Hye-jin truly is, or she confronts him about the kind of person he's become, because I think there's still a lot for him to grow as a character. Alright, so lastly, I want to talk about how sometimes the show can be kind of confusing in its direction, because there's some scenes where characters will be thinking about what's going to happen, and it shows it plays out on screen, and then it'll snap back to the past, or like when they're actually thinking about it. And so sometimes what you think is real isn't actually real, and vice versa. So there were moments where I was waiting for a scene to revert back to being in their head, and it just kept going, and I was left kind of confused. But all in all, these first 3 episodes have captured my heart. I love the characters, especially the friendship. Oh my god, I love their friendship. I'm all about me some female friendships. And I'm definitely going to continue watching. She Was Pretty has so much potential, and I really hope it goes the way I want. I think it would be a real big shame to have all the little things that they're setting up in these first 3 episodes not come to pass, or like the messages that they're trying to say not hit home. Just because as it is right now, I have a feeling that this is going to be one of my new favorite shows. Alright, that's it for me. My name is Marie. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye! Harry.